What is going on, everyone, and welcome to a special video. So as you guys can see on the screen, we're going to be talking about different classes in BDO. So I know a lot of people come into Black Desert from traditional MMOs like Final Fantasy or Elder Scrolls Online, World of Warcraft, those kind of things. And I wanted to showcase some of the classes in a very brief fashion where we just go over all the classes and talk about what I think would be meta, like good for AoEs. Basically your traditional things. I'll talk about how they are a little bit different and what might be for you. So like, you know, if you like playing a tank, what might be interesting for you? If you like being a healer, obviously DPS, like single targets, AoEs and everything, and the meta. So I want to first say that I don't think this video should come out as a tier list. If you want to see like tier list videos, I can definitely do that, but that would literally take hours of time for like PvE, PvP, just detailing everything. But in this video, I just wanted to talk about what you should expect from each class, and like as a beginner, what do I think would be good for you? So usually when people ask me, hey, what class is right for me, I usually ask them, what's your play style? Do you like playing a tank, healer, like an assassin type class, or you know, something that's more focused on support and whatnot? So anyway, this is the official website, by the way, so if you want to see all this yourself, you can do that. If you just click it, it'll give you like a description of every class and what's going on, so you could read more about that. But just in a general nutshell, right now, as of April 2020 or April 23, 2023, what I think are meta classes. Now, keep in mind, this is just as a general, not like a specifically for PvE or PvP. Right now, I think that Berserkers are very top tier. They just have overall a good kit for basically everything. Ninja is very solid, more focused on PvP and very high APM, but I think are very solid in general. Musa is a pretty solid. Lon, very good. And then after that, there's like Megu, which is top tier. So I think those are just like the meta. Sorks are also pretty strong as well. But every class can do well given a different situation. So just keep that in mind. And when you're picking a class, I would always play something that you enjoy as a start, because as you guys know, BDO is not your traditional MMO. It's a sandbox. And what that means is you basically, if you find something you enjoy doing, you're going to be doing that over and over for thousands of hours. And whether you think that's fun or not, that's a whole different topic. But whether the class is meta or not, I think it's better to pick something you enjoy playing over just re-rolling, because that is actually a very big time sink. So yeah, those are what I think are the meta right now. Obviously things change over time and then things get updated, but let's go on to the next topic of AoE. So every class has AoEs, but what are the better ones for that? I think Rangers are very solid for AoEs. Sorks are pretty decent. Zerker is obviously just good for literally everything. Musas are very fast for both PvP and PvE. High clear speed. Wizards and Witches are arguably the highest AoE classes in the game. Dark Knight and Lon are like, they're not bad. They're okay. And Guardians are very solid. Wusa and Megu top tier for AoEs, and then Sage. So if your class that you like didn't get mentioned in that, it doesn't matter. Every class can do well once again, and those are just what I think are AoE classes. Now the assassin type classes, as you guys know, as a general rule of when I say assassin type classes, you're the one in like PvP picking off the stragglers, not like running in first. And basically it's a little bit different from support. You're just picking off other people and then helping your group in that way. So I think this is going to be very like opinionated, but Sorks are assassins more or less. Obviously ninjas and kunos are that as well. You could play that as Lon and Striker and Mystic. Dark Knights are definitely ones that like aren't front line, but they are definitely out there. Assassin, Nova, Sage, and then basically everything else at the bottom over here are very good for assassin types. I think a little bit less for Dracania, Wusa, and Megu, but they can all play the same role in a way. So this one is a different topic of like tanks. So there's no set tank and healer in this game. Well, Shy is the only one I would consider a support, but I also think Shy is very strong in basically every role as well. But if you come from a traditional MMO and you're like, I used to main a tank, what should I play here? I would say certain classes are higher defenses in other ways, but like every class is a DPS in this game, just throwing that out there. But some classes have higher passives and just like a base stat line where their defensives are higher than the other classes. So if you play the tank, Warrior, definitely a very strong block-based class. Basically, you can just like frontal eat a lot of attacks and then you'll be fine. Zerkers have a lot of super armors and iframes as well. So it's like, when I say tank, I mean like you're just eating damage, not evading it, but eating it, and then like still have a lot of health remaining or just defenses. So Zerkers, Warriors, Striker and Mystics in a way, they just like in this game it's a little bit off because some classes have higher resistances against like magic. So like for example, Strikers and Mystics are melee physicals more or less, and then they take less damage from magic type classes, and so generally they have higher blocks as well. So I think Mystic and Striker as well, Guardian, Nova, and Dracania. So those are all like, if you were to play a tank in another game, those are the closest you can get to probably experiencing the same thing in this game. And then if you want to play a support, what I mean by that is like kind of like buffing your team, giving like, there's no really dispelling debuffs in this game, more or less, but it's like, here, can I give a shield or heal my team? What do you play? Witch, Wizard, Shy. I think you could play Nova as well, but those are just like what I would pick as general good. Valkyrie is solid, and Tamer has buffs that you can give to the group as well. And so those are my main supports. Obviously, every class can do something different and like help your group in a different way. But overall, that was a quick rundown of what I think would be each of them. So keep in mind, if you want to see a tier list video of like PvE, PvP, that's going to take some time because I literally have to sit down and like categorize things by different like abilities and stat line bases and everything. But as a general rundown, if you want to play a certain class, those are what I think are good at the moment for various things. But if once again, meta, if you want to play just meta chasing, top end stuff, Zerkers are very good. Ninjas, this is just a generalization. Strikers are pretty solid. Wusa and Megu, definitely top tier. Sage went from like, I always thought Sage was good, but they were just always like mid tier since they came out, and then they got a buff recently and made them like very strong. I think Dracania is solid as well. And if you just like flashy abilities, like a lot of them have it, but I think Sork has very flashy abilities. So does Musa, Wizard, Witch as well. I think Mystic has more flashy abilities than Striker. Lon as well. Dark Knights are definitely a very shiny class. Hisashin, Guardian, obviously Wusa and Megu, Sage. I think those are the ones where it's like, ooh, big AoEs, pretty colors kind of things. But yeah, overall, if you still have any questions, I know this was like a very general video of what's what, but if you have any questions on, hey, should I play this, or what do I think is good for X, like PvP, PvE, we'll make a video of that in the future. But with that said, hopefully you enjoyed this one, and definitely I could make more detailed videos, but until then, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.